Hello, I'm Wanjala Simiyu Levy. Registration number is 2810/20. Then hereby I start by talking about our field trip which was held in Mombasa. On Monday, we went to Associated Vehicle Assembly, whereby in this Associated Vehicle Assembly, it does by assembling vehicles from various parts of, let me say, they import vehicle parts from other countries like Japan, China, India, involving Ukraine. Then they assemble it together, then they form what we call a complete vehicle, which, let me say, when it is ordered by a certain company or somebody, then they come and associate it, then they sell it to the consumers. Now hereby we come, and on Monday we went to Associated, whereby this company does what? It assembles various types of cars, lorries, Scanias, let me say Toyota, Scania, etc. Then this company was started in the year 1977, and it does various function, whereby at first we went to chassis, let me say F1, whereby we have offloading, and they take, let me say, they take various body parts like tires, like everything, like brake. We have various stages, whereby these stages we have chassis tracing station, which is F1. This chassis station, they, like, let me say, the lower part of the car, that's where they started from. Then actual picking is F2. This F2, they, they dress tires to the car. Then from there they insert engine, that is F3. Then finally we have, not finally, but we have dexing and final stage, whereby everything is being run, or else everything is being put in place for the car to start functioning. And then we have various like, it is passed in, let me say, spot welding of 40 kilovolts, and then it is being tested at the final stage. So this company, it, let me say, it does what? It produces like 400 vehicles per year. Then let me say they have various plans, and the future plans. This company nurtures the talents of young people by empowering them skills and knowledge of how they can come and innovate from one stage to another of producing, and let me say, using technology, they innovate cars. Then that one gives that, let me say, it gives people employment, self-employment, not even they give it employment opportunities, whereby people earn income. Then after there, we have safety rules you can follow in that company, like there's no smoke, there's no running anyhow, you only walk using the green part that is being drawn in the ground. Then after there, on Tuesday, we went in Kenya Very Services, where Kenya Very Services is located at the shore of Indian Ocean, at the Likoni Channel, whereby this Kenya Very Services was started in the year 1974, whereby this Kenya Very Services, it has various which export cars and vehicles through the Likoni channel. Then after there, let me see, this Kenya Very Services, it exports like 1500 people per day and 500 cars across that Likoni channel. Then after that, this Likoni channel, it is being managed by KPA, Kenya Port Authority. This Kenya Port Authority, it manages, it operates, and it does various things concerning that services being offered by the Kenya Very. So after there, we went to the interior, let me say inside the Kenya Very Services, and we find various things like we have engines in, they do that service of, let me say, engine what, but let me say fixing engine. So we have various things. That Very has 2 engines. That engine, it rotates underground, not even underground, below the Very, and that one, that engine, it does what? It rotates as it pulls the Very towards, or else the direction that the current is flowing to. Then after there, we went to various, we have ICT in that Kenya Very Service, whereby this ICT, it operates, let me say, you have business or nini, it operates, it runs how that company operates in terms of business, in terms of innovation and technology, and etc. After there, on let me say that company, it is owned by the government, and when it is owned by the government, it produces free services to the entire society around there in Mombasa. Then on Wednesday, not on Wednesday, on Thursday, we went on 2 companies. That 2 companies involve Kipevu and Brolo. At first, at morning, we went to Kipevu, whereby this Kipevu, it is a diesel generating power company, whereby this diesel generating power company has what? 2 engines. When they have 2, not 2 engines, it have 7 generators. These 7 generators is of which type? It is of Wesley type, that is 18V46, that is V-shaped. I'm saying V-shaped. That is Wesley V46. That is the engine type of this engine type. That is 4 engine type, and then you have 7 generators, which it uses diesel. This diesel, they import it outside our country, like in Taiwan and Kuwait. If that diesel comes through pipeline, they use pipeline in transportation of that oil. When oil comes, it is being heated. Let me say, it is purified first before it is heated. When it is heated, it is meant to be purified, not to corrode even that pipes. Then when it is passed through that generator, it is heated like 200 watts. After there, it produces that 117 watts. I have a lot of ICT in that. A lot of ICT, it is like, let me say, it does what? It operates, let me say, it controls in terms of technology, in terms of what it controls it. So they use more ICT in management of that ICT, and we have various rules that accompany that company. So that rules, we have no working, no touching anything without a permission from the authority. Then from there we went to Brolo, and Brolo is a steel manufacturing company which is located in Meritin, which started in 1975, whereby this Brolo produces steels of various sizes. If you want a steel of a square or else pipe, anything that you want, that company produces in terms of steel. So it has Z steel, which is Z steel have various machines that produces it. We have Z steel machine whereby it produces that one that is used for roofing and making of bridges. So this one, we have lathing machine, sawmill machine, milling, let me say milling machine, so various machine that is located there. So this one, it produces only steel and being exported. They make a lot of money from that steel. When the company wants its iron sheet, it makes its own iron sheet, girl sheet, but it doesn't export that girl sheet, so it makes for its own use. Then after there, we have very ICT. We have ICT that is used there. We have what? It controls the company, workers, payment of the workers, everything. So after there, we went to Brolo. No, not Brolo. After there, on Friday, we went to Mombasa Cement. Mombasa Cement, it is located in Vipingo, which is in Kilifi County, along Mombasa Kilifi Road. Then that company produces cement, whereby when we went there, we have Mombasa Cement producing, which is a Nyumba brand. So this Nyumba brand has what? Nyumba brand has various has various types of cement that it produces. Though it produces, like, let me say, from that process of the raw material like the portfolio, ashley, graphite, all those raw material, limestone, when it is being mined from the, let me say, from the quarry, it is being brought by the truck. When it is brought by the truck, it is being passed. When it is being passed through that, from excavator, then down, it is passed through rolls, these rolls. Then after these rolls is various parts, of which this one can do what? Can pass through various processes and being refined to final stage, whereby this company produces pozzolana, Portland, and what? And ordinary cement, whereby pozzolana is majorly used by the consumers, but while ordinary, this one, it consumes graphite, slate, and that one, and limestone only, whereby this one, it is ordered by the company, which is used in building, storage building. This storage building, it only uses ordinary pozzolana, ordinary cement. So we went there in various stages, and we managed to reach at a point whereby this cement is being packed and being transported. Before being transported, this is being tested from the lab. This lab tests the, let me say, this lab tests the percentage content of that cement. If it is of high percentage content of graphite in that cement, then it is being done what? It is being exported to another, or is being converted. So at last, ICT is used there for, let me say, control and etc. But that's my final report, how I managed it in Mombasa. Thanks.